welcome back to my channel. And today I have a big YouTuber. Yes, now like to be me for me where I stand and where you stand. Of course, me I'm a beginner. You know now you have born children and even almost grandchildren.
You may get two boys.
Inside no, inside YouTube.
Okay.
Now inside YouTube now you're my senior.
We don't have children. We have members, family members. We're a family.
All right, I'm sure some of the dynamites might even be here as we speak.
Yeah.
All right, today my dear Diana here is going to make soup. I'm actually a formulator. Is that not your food?
Dyna.
Is that not your food?
It's Dyna.
Okay, now
Dyna and Diana.
Okay, child, we are Dyna. Am I
Yes.
correct now? All right. Today, Dyna Ekwueme is on OATMEAL Zakari's channel. Like this kind of collab is something I've been dreaming for.
Hello.
So, but you know, as I do most of my guests, like Ucheweze was here too as well, and she made face scrub. Today, Diana is making hand washing soap. So that you use and go and wash
I'm scared, guys. I've never had to
some
do
she's
this
clothes.
before.
Exactly.
This
Don't worry,
is
it's not
proper
difficult. It's
DIY.
not difficult.
See,
Exactly.
before we start shooting this, I've seen what this lady like. Forget YouTube, forget subscriber count, forget. Some people are actually out here doing stuff. Some people are actually out investing time and energy into legit stuff. And
I wish they can see behind the scene how rough it is.
Oh my god, she is a businesswoman. That's all I can say. Everything here is just so organic. I've never had to go to someone's house and see. Let me not overhype. Let's just start making this.
Thank you,
guys.
All right.
Anyway, as we proceed, you
We
guys
still
know what I'm
talk.
talking
Exactly.
about.
Okay, so today is the laundry hand making soap. Like actually, and what prompted me to start making this? I got tired of buying these soaps on the market, even my girl that helped me. Yes, so I was like, come, I know how to do this thing. Why don't I just start? You know, sometimes some of these things we know how to do, but then it doesn't. The push doesn't come. You just don't feel the need. But now I realize that there's a huge difference between those soaps that are drying, number one, and then the fragrance are on another level. You don't even know what kind of fragrance they compact there. And so I just decided to start making my own laundry soap. And guess what I noticed? As I'm using it to wash my children's clothes, now my children's clothes doesn't fade off like before.
Seriously.
I'm telling you, like before,
because you obviously know what you're putting
exactly
in, what you want out of,
and I play around
so
whatever I want to. Exactly. Okay, now soap making, a lot of people are really scared of soap making, but which I think even me, I had that fear, I had that phobia at the beginning, because you know the lie they will tell you to burn you, and really it's true. Oh, my sister, it's true. Don't worry, when we're about to start, you say where I will finish you here, and I'll mark you up and down.
I'm set.
So,
I'm ready.
So the thing is, one thing with soap making is safety. First and foremost, we need this. But it's not, we need it, but not literally for the making of the whole soap. Now it's for the mixture of the lye, so that because inhaling the lye is not really good when you're mixing it with foam. So the foam is not really good for inhaling. So you need to cover your face with the mask. Okay. So this is a must-have. Like I don't play with this. This is, even when I'm making it, my kids are there. I force them, okay, you must stay there and see what mommy is doing, because my first one is interested. If you must see what mommy is doing, take your own mask. See their marks over there. Everybody's name is written on their marks. Okay. So you must wear the mask when mommy is mixing like good. Then another very important thing, gloves, so that it doesn't spoil your hand. Then of course your clothes. Now you don't want to be buying clothes every day now, so you need an apron exactly to cover. Right. So literally, first and foremost, containers. Advisably rubber containers or ceramics, but I prefer rubber, my sister, because when ceramic falls down it will get broken. So I prefer working with rubbers. Then the next thing is water. Very important. This is water. Then the ingredients. The olive oil. Some people use coconut oil, but my sister, coconut oil is expensive. You know, like Nigeria, but that got to be specific. So I prefer to work with palm kernel oil. Now this is the normal palm kernel oil that you know. Smell it.
Yeah.
But this one I brought it from that my side. So this is palm kernel oil, and this is the oil of today's oil of choice. Then technically this is my lye, the sodium hydroxide, and then this is soda ash.
Chemistry.
You're a science student now. Why are you complaining?
Firstly, we don't like chemistry.
Now this is soda ash. Look, I have a video which I'll link in the description box where I was advising people not to use baking soda. Do you know soda ash could be gotten from baking soda? When you put baking soda under a lot of heat, it will give you soda ash. That's why I said people should not use baking soda on their face. And soda ash is a cleansing agent. Is your face that dirty that you want to use soda ash and wash it? So now this soda ash again is choice. again, let me add quickly. You know, this soap we're making nice for children. You use that and watch soaps, clothes, and hair. And I use it for. So why I'm adding soda ash is because you know children they play, so their clothes have extra dirt.
Yeah.
So this soda ash is another extra cleansing ingredient. So it will help. Do you understand? So that's what I'm adding. But if not, you can choose to skip this soda ash. Is choice. So these are our two. Alright, so our gloves are on. Exactly. I always tell people I don't see how you make soap without skin. It's not possible. Sure, understand? And then there's something again about soap making. Let me quickly add. It's just like baking, discipline. When they tell you 10, it's 10. When they tell you 5, it's 5. If you see when I was measuring, I saw I was, even if it passes with and with just you take it out. Yes. Because that little that you think you added is not relevant.
It's going to change something.
You could change something. So what you're going to do, you're going to start by measuring your water. Do you understand? Okay. Yes, you're going to start measuring. Now, what is happening is
in this container.
Yes. Now, you know why I have these two different containers. You're going to have water for your soda ash, and then you're going to have water for your lye. Do you understand? So now I've measured our lye. So the water we're going to now measure 300 grams. Do you understand? So just be careful. Measure 300 grams.
I want science student.
No, so really I want science. Okay, wait, sorry. Now you put this the weight of the cup, so you have to take out the weight of the cup. Do you understand? Now it's net weight.
Yeah.
Sure, you understand? Yeah. Now you're putting 300 grams. No, don't be scared. 300 grams. Now we're going to use this for the lye. Do you understand? Then 150 grams for the soda ash. Do you understand what I'm saying? 300. That is already serious. So I didn't even talk. They answer me again. No. Oh yeah, now mixture don't start. Yeah, well, I just try. Small, almost a drop. Yeah, then the next one now is 300. Now these are other extra equipment too as well. You see what we'll do with it.
Another water?
Yes, 150 grams. Now I told you we have water for the soda ash now, different. Now then we have
for
water for the lye. Now this first one we measure 300 is for the lye. While this second one we're measuring now 150 is for the soda.
Can you spell it?
L-Y-E.
L-Y-E.
Yeah, that's the common name. But there we have two types of lye. We have the sodium hydroxide and we have the potassium hydroxide. And the sodium hydroxide we use them for bath soaps. While the potassium hydroxide we use them for liquid soaps. Okay. I'll show you liquid soap. One of these I'll show you the liquid soap. I even have a video for liquid soap, so all I'll link it down below. 150. I think almost all we go 150, just small. You see how I did our foundation, you just see video, they will be happy. Now you are seeing the next time you see my video, you'll be like, oh boy, this woman has gone through enough.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
then,
those that do DIY videos. I cut cap for now.
Understand. Okay, so now this first one, that was the reason why I brought this. You're going to mix.
As you guys can notice, this is totally
from the scratch.
Organic.
You
You
can
can
just
do
go and
it yourself.
investigate it. Yeah,
If I can do it, you can do it.
Chicken now, magana carry. Now this 150 is for your soda ash, and then one very important thing, this the soda ash, the lye should be added into the water, not the opposite. Especially with one of the lye. Let me tell you what will happen when you go and pour water entire line. It will rupture. It will blow. It will be like bomb. It can burn you. Do you understand? So you see, like my physical students during their learning process, I am the one mixing for them. I don't allow them mix because I don't want something that will now be mistake, irreversible mistake. So some of these things you have to be very, very cautious. Like when I'm talking here, if I start the physical class with my students, you see, laugh is not there again. If you become my student, you call me wicked woman, but no worry, take, yeah. All this play, we will see.
Are we measuring this?
So you can pour all, yeah, so that ash is not that strenuous. Then take mix. You're the one making the soap, mama. Me, I'm just guiding. So all they're looking at me. Nothing concerns me inside. Then while you're mixing that one, let me quickly measure the this thing. Let me quickly measure the kernel oil. Do you understand? So the whole thing is going to happen inside this container. So as I always say, plastic containers run by hand. You understand? So our oil is going to be 500 grams, and that's it. You mixed it. Oh?
So if I use coconut oil, I'll still achieve this.
Yes, exactly. It's just your choice. You understand? Yeah. But for me, if palm kernel oil can give me, then why waste? So most of the time I use coconut oil for my bathing soap. Now I also have bathing soaps. I don't know if I've told you about it. I also have bathing soaps.
Yeah.
Let me show you the ones I made. I made this I think just last week.
Wow.
Yeah. This one is aloe vera soap. Yeah, I use aloe vera. I'll show you my organic
So
aloe vera.
natural.
Yeah, everything here is 100% natural. But then this one now is mixture of different oils. Now you know this one is for body, so there's something we call saturated fats.
Yeah.
In soap. Now I know most of these soaps. I'm not trying to condemn any soap, but you know most of these soaps you buy on the market, they are drying. Have you noticed it? They could dry out your skin, and if you're battling your child that is battling with dry skin, Nigerian dermatitis will become like this eczema. So but this one now, the oil is intact. Now we have choices of oil, soft oil, hard oil, and conditioning oil. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like this one now, we're using just one hard oil, that's the palm oil, because it's a washing soap.
Yeah.
But it is bathing soap, it's a whole new level. I have a video like that. In fact, I'm even coming up with another one. Do you understand?
Stay tuned.
Yes. So the dynamites are DIY here. Welcome. Measure the oil 500 grams. I'm also going to set it aside. Now, this is the part where we wear our mask.
Okay.
Yes, my sister. Now you're wearing mask because this one now the fumes are not healthy.
This goes like this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Coronavirus. I'm telling you. So this is it, your stick, the one you use to mix your water. Now this one, let me be putting for you small. Don't be afraid. Yeah. Dynamite. I thought people are warriors. I thought people are warriors.
We are warriors.
Now, one very important thing, if you're hearing me, when you're making a bigger batch of soap, you need goggles. So that this one I just bought is small.
Yeah.
But when I'm making a bigger one, I use my goggles. You understand? So that it doesn't splash. Now you begin to feel the heat already. Touch the cup. Yes. Now I'm using this strong stick.
I can even see vapor.
Very good. Now if you use rubber spoon, my sister, I want us to try it. You melt the rubber spoon.
Hey,
I have a.
how dangerous this is.
It's hot. Yeah. Now when it comes in contact with water, it's hot. Now imagine we're not wearing this mask. By now you'd have started choking. These fumes are choking. You understand? Now even if why I even did it inside now is because the quantity of the lye is not much. If it's more than this, I do it outside the compound. You understand? I don't even do it inside my house. I do it outside my compound. Not like outside the compound. Exactly. Good. Now let's set it aside. Now this is bar soap. Immediately you can work with it. But if it was the bathing oil, you allow it to cool. But for bar soap, you can work with it immediately. Okay. And then one very important, now you can take out your mask. Now one very important thing again, this is palm kernel oil, and in soap making, palm kernel oil is classified a hard oil. Do you understand? You know why it's called a hard oil?
No.
Now when you put it in a cool place, it's harden now. So that's why it's called a hard oil.
Okay.
Do you understand? Even coconut oil do the same thing, and that's why they are called hard oils. But you see oils like vegetable oils like sunflower, now no matter the condition, is not. Now that's a soft oil. Whether cold, whether heat, that's why it's called. You understand what I'm saying? So now this is your oil, and then soaps with palm kernel oil, they reach trace. Now there's something we call, Diane will say this woman is worrying her. There's something we call trace in soap. Now it kind of thicken. Do you understand? So that's what we call trace. So you mix this when it begins to reach that trace, and you quickly put in your mold. Now we have our mold. Now very important thing again, I usually say it in my videos, when you're making soap, everything should be ready. Do you understand? Because you cannot afford to start jumping up and down. That's why you see I have to set everything ready. So as soon as it reaches the trace, you pour it inside your bag. Now you have to be fast, because when it reaches trace and you don't pour it quick, you find it to cake, and then when you end up scooping it like akala inside your mold. Sure, you understand? So now first and foremost, you're going to add your lye that you just
into the kernel.
Yes, to the biotic. You know this now, just to be mixing. Let me be adding it small for you. Abby? Now because we're doing everything hot and to reach trace very fast.
So how do I know it has reached trace?
By yourself, my sister. I don't use to cook soup. When your egusi soup begin to thicken, now you need to add your soda ash beside you there. You have to be fast when you're making soap. You have to be fast. Wait, relax. You see now. You have to eat. So now it's choice. Some people like to add fragrance, but me, I'm not about fragrance. Do you like fragrance? Well, if you do, good for you. Sure, you understand. But me, I'm not about fragrance. I'm not really crazy about fragrance.
As long as it's lathering.
That's the most important thing. When I want any fragrance, I'll put it by myself on my clothes. I don't know. I'm trying to say something. Put vanilla, some put hair. So this is it. Now technically your soap is almost ready. Just be mixing. Just me one. Let me help you small. It doesn't bite. Now, if you now want me, why I prefer to do this now? Soap with palm kernel, as I told you, it reaches trace fast. But if you like, you can still use stick blender. For me, I feel more comfortable using this whisker for washing laundry bar soap, but for like the one for the skin, like one I showed you. I use this thing. What do they call it? I use the stick blender. Do you want us to try the stick blender? So you say it. Alright, I decided to also show Diane how to also use the stick blender. So you just press it. This is the on. It's okay. I thought it's something I had on. That's guys is already getting thick.
Yeah.
Now this thickening is what we call the trace. Are you understanding? Now I was telling you when your soap reaches the trace. Now nobody is telling that your soap is already approaching trace.
Yeah.
What's happening? Very good. Now our mold is here, right? Yeah, then press against it. Good. Now can you see what is happening?
Yeah.
You see why I told you stick blender is faster. You understand? Okay, so if you're in a hurry. So if you ask me, I think your soap is okay. It's good to go into the mold. Yes, you can go into the mold because I prefer going into the mold when it's still light like this. Do you understand? I don't like it getting so thick. If like getting into the mold will be difficult. So relatively here, Diane, your soap is ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Your handmade soap. Can you see line onto the tree? I just want to Kinga Abun the Nikki. Let me add house.
Kinga Abun the Nikki. I don't make soap.
You don't make everybody like this. Let me get this thing. Alright, you need the spatula to take out the excess. You understand? That's the result. That's the this thing. Because I won't advise you to use your hand. That's why you're wearing gloves. You just said it yourself that it's hot. And there's some, just as you're doing this, let me ask you quickly, Diane, at least where you are now as a YouTuber, me, I'm just a beginner, as I told you. How do you deal with hate? Like, people just come drop shit on your, like, how do you deal with it? Do you ignore those people or you block them?
Why are you blocking them? Let them stay there now.
Are you serious?
Not that you don't see the hate, not that you're immune to hate, not that it doesn't get to you. Sometimes it does get to you. Sometimes you get used to seeing it a lot and it's like, okay, another hater.
But why would you block? Personally, me, I'll block them.
I don't block. So that even after 5 years or 6 years from now, when you change your mind about the person, you can still come back and say, why did I comment such nonsense? Or it doesn't even need to be the case. When you mature mentally, or maybe tomorrow when you start your own YouTube channel, and you go back to comments and you're like, I remember abusing a YouTuber, I remember saying certain things to a YouTuber, or maybe tomorrow when someone even says the same thing, you don't even need to be on social media. You remember that you said it to someone.
So really, to cut the long story short, is you don't allow it gets you. Just focus
it
more
was
on the positive energy.
when I started, obviously, that every comment I'm like, why would someone wake up, use their data and type nonsense?
Thank you.
Just
That's
insult my ancestors.
Exactly.
But at some point it's like people come on YouTube or on social media with different emotions. They can come with joyfulness, they can come with anger, embarrassment. So however they comment is however they are feeling and how they are thinking.
Exactly.
So you don't need to take every little thing.
But to be honest with you, I'm not trying to feed your ego, but honestly speaking, Diane, I have learned a lot from you, from your channel, even before I met you one-on-one. Yes!
This
so
is
now this is it.
This is
we have, can you see it's even getting harder. So you see, if we had waited 1 more minute, we'll scoop it at the end of the day like amala and put inside there and it won't look neat. So last, this is now, this is going to be kept for 24 hours. Now, whatever time you look at your time, what time did we do it? Now we look at that time, now is by this same time tomorrow or mold it. Meanwhile, of course, nobody waits for us for 24 hours. Meanwhile, this one we had already made prior to that. Can you see?
Wow.
Yes, when it comes out, to come out as a whole bar. Do you understand? Then I use this cut, and that's the reason why it has those lines.
Okay, so you take it out from here.
Yes, the moment
slash it.
Yes. Then afterwards you keep it to dry. Do you understand? Because
for how long?
Depending on how the weather. If there's so much air, highest in 4, 5, or even 1 week, your soap is dry and it's okay. I think this one is about a week now or so.
Yes.
Sure, you understand? Just depending on the weather. When the weather is really hot, it's not too breezy, it takes longer. But when the weather is breezy, but one very important, you don't want to put it under direct sunlight, it will melt.
Okay.
Do you understand? Just leave it in the house, just somewhere cool in the house. You understand?
Guys, this is the real DIY.
Yes,
Forget
so
what this DIY
this is now from nothing. You can all
DIY.
see from nothing to something. Look at where we arrived.
Do you have a business like can't imagine that this is the only thing you're doing and you're doing it for your house.
No.
I hope you're actually selling this.
I even make creams though, not just soap. Like this one said is the least of my business. This one is just something I even just do in the house.
Yeah.
I have proper, like the soaps I first showed you now, these ones, they are for sale. Do you understand?
Wow.
And I also train. I have an academy. Do you understand? I train in whatever.
So if I truly tomorrow want to learn, I'll just contact you.
Chicken, now you have
Give me your
service.
fees.
That is all.
Affordable, and I'll be
you
here.
would, I'm telling you, just though the way it is though, some people will tell you it's expensive when you give them at the bulk. So the way I just did it, I decided to separate it into portions. Yeah. So if it's this one that favors you, fine. If it's that one that favors you, understand what I'm trying to say? I try to list everything for you to see clearly. If it's this part you want, okay. If it's because sometimes when the whole chunk of people is expensive, they'll tell you cannot afford. So this is whatever department.
You guys have to admit that this is the first collaboration video that I've just been like this. Like, and you don't know anything, you cannot contribute anything. You call yourself a yesterday. You don't know simple potash and the sodium and the again. There are so many things to learn. As you guys can see, we went through a whole lot here. I've done this myself and I feel confident enough to sign up for her training and seriously start off something, not just learning the bath soap, but learning the washing, the bathing soap that she showed. You make liquid soap.
Yes, I do.
So guys, please, this is something. If you're living in Portharcourt, contact her.
Please, very. My Instagram page, I'll drop it on my
This is the first person I'm ever seen that has taught me in a layman's language, explaining everything in detail. Guys, this is the real DIY mama.
Thank you so much, and I have to say thank you again. Please, my people, you know now. If almost everybody's already subscribed to you, Diane, I don't know.
You don't know. Please, people should come and subscribe.
Who does not know Diane in Nigeria?
I am Dyna Ekwueme.
In Africa.
There are some Asma who are carrying fans that don't know.
Who does not know
if
you?
you see me for the first time, come to my channel and support.
Well, that is
come and join
that's
the
why
Dynamite
everybody. The ones that are not there, what are they waiting for? That's why I say everybody. Don't you get? You don't have an excuse. Okay, what's going to happen? You will test this soap, the foam, the letter.
So guys, this is
Testing
one of the
time.
bar soaps that she's actually done for herself. How long has this been?
For like a week
now.
For a week now.
And
But you know, recent Portharcourt
the
has been
texture
kind of
is
windy.
smooth. The consistency is everything. I wish I could show you guys up close, but
You
we're
can
far
still show it.
we are far from the camera. But I'll just be washing my hands.
You know, when
with
I'm
this to see
making
how
soap,
much.
I don't really like going close to the camera. You know that you know now the
yeah,
water and all that.
safety.
Why my girl?
Yeah.
So I like to keep it far away. So you just wash your hand and see, and then so they can see how this thing lathers.
One thing I value in any soap is lathering. If I buy a soap and you can barely lather or it's not giving me
And
what
you
I
notice our Portharcourt is kind of hard.
Yes.
So it's,
Yes.
I think that's
So first of all, I've not even started washing.
that's like
You can see.
You can see.
I've not really scrubbed
I've not
my
even,
this
yeah,
thing,
squish,
but you can
splash.
see. So
And the good thing is
tells
that you
you
can,
that-
and with this corona period, this is a good hand washing.
Wow.
You can see it's well moisturized, so it's not going to dry out of your. It's not going to dry out your hand. I don't know what I'm trying to say to you. Now, when you finish washing, you know the normal soap that when you finish washing, your hands will be dry. This one is
for
look like
those
you
of
rub
you, there are
Vaseline
some
on
people
your
that
hand.
react to some fragrances. This is just
Yes, that's what I mean.
no
I skip
fragrance.
fragrance. I'll not lie to you.
So any type of skin.
maybe if I might want to gift it, maybe if I'm doing something I want to give. There's even no need for fragrance. Can you see?
I didn't use it
Try
a lot,
and
but
trust
this
it.
is it.
Yes. Like this one now, if I'm washing because I wash my children's clothes almost every day, I can use this for almost a week.
Wow.
Yes.
That tells you that the quality is superb. So guys, I urge you, if you're here, you don't need to be here in Portharcourt.
And
you
my
can
dear,
order. You
yes,
deliver to other states.
Yes. The only one I'm really struggling is outside the country, but then I'm still working.
Interstate, she delivers.
No, in the whole 36 states in Nigeria, I deliver.
Definitely.
Yes.
So guys, this was actually.
Now so that's Diane. I don't know how to tell you how excited. I wish there was another word like.
Thank you for having me.
Dynamite. See what Diane just made.
This is really educative.
I helped you.
I made soap. Which one is?
I helped you
small,
but literally you did like 70% of the work.
Oh my god, this is amazing. This is amazing. I'm considering signing up for her training, to be honest with you, because this will save me a lot of money.
Yes,
to be honest with you.
Well, you do not. If you even have time, you could decide to do plenty.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It will last you months without, like my liquid soap, I did 20 liters. It lasts us even you know, but we see that we use for washing our plates and all that, because virtually everything I try to do my thing DIY at home. Like I'm this kind of person that I'm not like you. I'm crazy about the things I wear and I rub on my body. Like I don't know, since I just discovered this natural process, if you can dictate to yourself what you want to use in your house with your kids, with your husband, I think it's better than buying things that you're not even sure of what they wrote on the label. Because sometimes what they write on the label might not be there. Some that is there, they will not write on the label. I don't know what I'm trying to say to you. So for me, I know everything. You saw everything in detail now, from the scratch, from nothing to something.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to
me.
subscribe to my channel, to Diane's channel. Like Diane is an, I don't want, let me don't break. Let me don't touch. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.